Hello, this is another tutorial from Mr. Wright. This time I'm going to show you how to do a back-to-back stem leaf plot. This is a stem leaf plot where you compare two sets of data, and here's my data here. Data set A and data set B. So we've got our stem here, and we're going to write on either side of the stem our data, and this will give us a good graphical representation of our data. So let's start. So as I said, here's my data over here. I'm going to take a look at my data, and I'm going to look at the tens column. So here I have 24, and the tens column we've got 2. So we have two tens. Again, we have two tens here with 26. We've got 1 10 here for 17, 0 tens here for 9, 4 tens for 40, and so on. So if I can look at my data from the smallest to the largest, and I can work out what tens I have. So in the tens column here, I'm going to write the tens that I have. And I have 0 tens. I have a few in the teens. So a 1 10. So that would be 11, 12, up to 19. Looks like I have a few over here in the 20s. So I'm going to use 2 tens. I can see in my data set I also have some in the 30s and in the 40s. Do I have any in the 50s? No, I don't. So that's as far as I need to go up. So now that I've chosen what my stem's going to be, which is going to be the tens, and I've listed in each column 0 tens up to 4 tens, then I'm going to simply look at each data set, and I'll start with data set A, and I'm going to go through each number and write them as they would appear here. So let's go. The first one's 24, and each time you use a number, I'm going to highlight it to tell me that I've used that number. You could cross it out if you're using pen and paper. If you're using Word, like I am, you could highlight it. So this is in the 2 tens column because it's 24, and I'm going to type in 4. So if you read that backwards, it is 24. So here my next number is 26. So it's still in the teens column, and I enter 6. So I can read it backwards, 26. So I'm just going to do that for all of my data. This is 17, the next one's 17, so it's 10, 7. The next one is 9. So that doesn't have any tens, so that's going to be 0, 9. My next number is 40. So that's 4 tens with a 0. I'll just adjust those to the right, so I don't have to keep doing that. So that's going to be 4, 0. The next one is 14, so that's a 1, 4. So I'm going to put it here, 1, 4. My next is 32, and as you can see, I'm highlighting it to make sure that I include every piece of data. So 32 are 3 tens and 2 units. Next is 25. So that's 2 tens and 5 units, or 5 ones. Next one is 24. So it's in the same column, 20, in the 20s column, the 2 tens column, and 4 ones. Next one's 18. That's in the ones, and with 8 ones. Next one is 17. Whoops. 17, that's also in the ones column of the stem. 1, 7. And my last one for data set A is 41. And it's in the 40s and 1. So you can get an idea just now by looking at those, by the stem leaf plot for data set A, that most of my numbers are in the 10s and 20s. So let's do the same thing for now data set B, but let's do it on this side, on the data set B side. So let's start with 15. So where would that go? I'm going to choose another color. Is it going to go there? No, 15. So 15 is 1 tens with 5 ones. Next number is 23. That's 2 tens with 3 ones. 27 is the next one. It's going to go 2 tens column with 7 ones. 27. Next one is 36. It's going to go in the 30s column. Whoops, with 6 ones. Next number is just 6. So it has no 10, so it's going to go in the 0 column with 6. Next we have 34. That's in the 3s column, and it's going to go next to that. So you can see 34, you combine those. So this number here is not 64, it's just, you can see there are 2 30s, 36 and 34. Let's keep going. This one's 43. Remember to put it on the right side, the correct side. I'm using data set B here, and so it's got to be on the data set B side. So I've now got 43. Let's keep going to the end. 16. Make sure you cross out each value of your data set when you put it into the stem leaf plot. Next one is 28. So there's the 20s, and leave a gap and write the ones. Next one is 19, and it's going to be 1, 9, and I'm putting a space between the numbers so that I can see. So this one's going to be 20. Next one is 28, and see at a glance there you can see that I've got 2 28s. 20, 8, 8. So it tells me that I have 2 28s. And the last one for data set B is 16. 1 and 6. Again, you can see that I've got 2 16s at a glance. On this side you can see I have 2 17s. At a glance you can see I have 2 24s, and so on. So both from now I have a back-to-back stem leaf plot. And you can start to compare these two sets of data. What can you see? Well, I can see that most of my data is centered around the 10s and the 20s. They look very similar, don't they? I can quickly pick out the mode that is the most frequent number for both sets of data. Over here we have two 17s and we have two 24s. And on this side we have two 16s and two 28s. You can quickly see what your minimum value, 9 for dataset A and 6 for dataset B, and you can easily see your maximum value, 43 for dataset B and 41 for dataset A. So you can easily find out your range with that information. Remember, range is maximum value minus minimum value. So that's how you do a back-to-back stem leaf plot. Good luck when you try it.